Guys, I'm doing another video and today it will be a Q&A. When I get home from college, I just wanted to make a video just to let you know that I am in college, to let you guys that I am safe. Sorry for the sweaty forehead, I've just been walking to college, and this morning also I've had another shave, as you can see, so I hope that makes you happy that I've actually shaved. Thank you for all of your support over the last couple of months or whatever, or as long as I've been doing YouTube. All of you guys are amazing, so thank you for your support. So I'm going to end this little bit now, and then when you see me next, I'll be starting my Q&A. So guys, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are watching this. I'll see you in the next part of the video. Hey guys. So let's start this Q&A. Ollie Arnold asks, what is your favourite shower gel? And I would have to say Lynx, because that's the only one I use. So, because that's the only one I can afford, and that's the only one I feel like I can use properly. Question number 2 from Ollie. What size shoe are you? And I'm a size 10. Yep, I am not Bigfoot. Question number 3. Favourite fruit and vegetable? I don't eat vegetables. Well, I do, but not regularly, so I can't really answer that one. But I'd have to say my favourite fruits are strawberries and bananas, because they are just, like, I don't know, tasty, and they just kind of taste nice for me. Question number 4. Favourite TV show? As I've said in quite a few previous videos, or not quite a few, but some videos, I have said that my favourite TV show is The Chase, because it's just awesome, and they are very quirky, and they are quite funny to watch, depending on the questions and depending on who the chaser is. And that's just my opinion of that. And question number 5 from Ollie is, do you own a spoon? And I would have to say yes, because most houses should have spoons and cutlery in their day-to-day lives. And I know some people can't maybe afford them, but most people should have cutlery in their kitchen and just their homes in general. So that's what I would have to say. The second person asked me questions is Anastasia Atkinson. Sorry if I pronounced that name wrong, but oops, sorry. What is your favourite type of movie? Or what's my favourite type of movie? And that is comedies, because they are funny, and to me, I like comedies, and they are just funny. Obviously, comedies are meant to be funny, and that's just what I like. I don't really like romance and comedies, or no, romance, or like horror or sci-fi, because I just don't really find them entertaining, and I don't really get the point of them. But that's just my personal opinion. Sorry if that offends anyone, but this is a Q&A, and I want to try and be as let's just say precise as possible with my answers. So that's what my personal opinion is. What's your favourite animal? As a pet, I would have to say a cat, because they're timid, and they don't really take much caring. They don't really need to be taken out for walks. I know they need to go to the vets just to get vaccinated or have their checkups, but they don't really necessarily need to be taken out for walks like what dogs do or any other pets. I was gonna say, I don't know, you wouldn't necessarily take a donkey or a horse out for a walk. I know you do horse riding and that, but I wouldn't really necessarily say that's regimental for to have pets taken out for walks. So I would have to say, for me personally, I would have to say cats. But if it was not a pet, and if I'd have to say my favourite animal other than a pet, I'd have to say giraffe, because they just look cool. They just, obviously I'm 6'1", as I keep saying in my other videos, and as giraffes are tall, so I would have to say with the animal side, I would have to say, and the height, I'd have to say giraffes, because they are just awesome and they look cool. So that's my reasoning for that. Also, Anastasia has given me some tips for YouTube, and I hope that you find these interesting. She says to say have eye contact with the audience, so that's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm sorry if my eye contact in my previous videos has been off. It's because I try and do things from the top of my head and I hardly plan anything, so I'm sorry about that. And also like my voice, I would have to try and like make my voice louder and try and calm the music down so you can actually hear me. And I know that in my other Q&A I forgot to turn the music down and that, because after I've uploaded the Q&A for my last one, I realised that my music was a little bit too loud, let's just say, and it may have been hard for some people to hear what I was saying, so I do apologise for that, and I hope that my voice is loud enough. I may add in music depending on how the video is, or I may leave it out so you can actually hear me, so it's just trying to balance it out, and yeah, so I hope that clears that bit up. Right, another person that's asked me some questions is Destiny. What was your favourite thing to do when I was a child? It was probably to play with my buses. Yeah, I do have quite a lot of model buses, not bosses. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I would have to say my buses, because I loved buses from a very young age. They're just like amazing. Yeah, so I have no idea what actually got me into buses, to be honest. I've always liked them. They're just kind of cool, I guess, but there's no real reason I like buses, just the fact that I like them. That's the only thing I can like say about them. To be honest, I like double deckers, single deckers. I like double deckers because they're tasty. Yeah, if you get that joke, that's kind of cool, I guess, because I don't know. I like the chocolate bar and I like the actual vehicles themselves, so that's what I'd have to say. Right, question number 2. Do you believe rainbows are made out of Skittles? I wish that was true for the lols, like for the banter, but that would be actually pretty cool, because I don't really know the colour scheme for Skittles because I hardly have them, but I would have to say that would be kind of cool just to see what that would actually be like. Right, question number 3. What kind of blood do you think unicorns bleed? And I did use Google for this, so this is not really my answer, but I'm going to say it anyway. Their hooves are golden, remaining so from their gold stage the first 2 years of their life, and their blood is silver blue in colour and shines under the moonlight. It is not mentioned how long a unicorn can live for. So that's kind of interesting. I didn't actually know that until I actually looked it up, and it's the first result that came up from Google, so I appreciate Google's help for that. So I don't actually, well, unicorns are alright, but I don't really know much about them apart from what I've seen in like TV programs and just what I've kind of read, and I haven't really read much about unicorns, so that kind of I kind of contradicted myself, but oh well. Alright, question number 4. Do you think Irish people like potatoes so much because Irish potatoes are filled with whiskey? I don't really have an opinion on that because I'm not Irish, as you can tell. I am British, I am from Colchester, I am from Essex. I don't really have an Essex accent because I'm not stereotypical. Yeah, I don't really know what the Essex stereotypical accent is, but oh well, that's what I like to say. Now I sound like the person from Big Brother 1157, and I'm still doing this video. Yeah, God knows what that was, to be honest. But
that's kind of my impression of Big Brother. Really boring and slow paced. I don't really see the need for it. Yeah. Question number 5. Do you think games like Zathura and Jumanji are real? I have no clue on what either of them are, so I can't really answer that question. Well, I've heard of Jumanji, but I don't actually know what that is. And Zarutha, or however you pronounce that, I have no idea. I've never even heard of it, so I really have no idea on how to answer that question. So that's because I'm not really into that stuff. I think it's like to do with supernatural, but don't quote me on that. You'd have to search Google or other search engines to find out the answer to that question. So I don't really have an answer for that. Question number 6. How would you feel if you got an unlimited supply of Capri Sun or your favourite beverage or food? I would love to say Capri Suns are just amazing because they're just juicy and I like the packaging and they're just kind of fun to have. And if I had to choose my favourite food or beverage, like chocolate, I would absolutely love. I would love anything chocolatey like cakes, biscuits, milkshakes, just anything to do with chocolate that don't contain nuts. Milkshakes, I absolutely love. Ice cream, I would absolutely love. They are like my favourite things ever. Ever. No idea, but yeah, that's kind of my favourite things to eat. I can't really say anything more about that because that's just what I like to do, and that's just what I like to eat, and that's my personal opinion. Right, another person that's asked me a question, or quite a few questions, is to be honest, is Nastasha, and I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but I'm not really good at pronouncing people's names, so I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but hopefully you know who you are. Question 1. What was my favourite subject at school and why? I would have to say I liked ICT, which is Information and Communication Technology. I liked maths, a little bit anyway. I liked PE, Physical Education. I liked English, and all of them I liked because they were cool-ish, and the teachers were alright, and I kind of got on with the teachers fairly well, and they were kind of helpful-ish, and yeah. Question number 2. What is my passions and ambitions in life? Have a dream job of being a bus driver and to live with Rebecca. And I always wanted to be a bus driver because, as I said earlier in this video, I've always loved buses and it would be like a dream job to actually drive what I actually love from a very young age. So I'd love to be a bus driver, and hopefully that bus driver will give me enough money to live and pay for whatever Rebecca wants and needs. So that's kind of hopefully a win-win situation in the future. Question number 3. Are you a family oriented person or spend more time socializing? I hardly socialize because I don't really have many people to socialize with, and to be honest, I try and do as much as I can to help family out with chores and just to make life easier for them. Like chores, I like to try and do some cooking, cleaning, like washing up. I sometimes hoover. Um, they're the only things I can really do properly. I actually don't really know how to iron because I have been taught, but I just don't really trust myself with an iron, and I don't want to like ruin any bits of clothing. So that's my opinion on that. Question number 5. Do you want kids? I'd like to have kids, children, and I would like to have 2. One boy and obviously one girl. Or not obviously, but um, I would like to have a boy named Jack or Harry because they just seem like cool names and they're kind of current, I would say. and I'd like to have a girl like either named Amy or Abigail because I've always liked them names. I've no idea why, but that's just what I would like to personally have as like names for my children. And if I don't have them, I'd like to let Rebecca choose the names for our children if we do have any. What are my biggest fears? Is question number 6. My biggest fears are heights, spiders, drowning, losing Rebecca, not being able to provide for me and Rebecca. And yeah, I have always hated heights because I know I'm tall, and like during primary school and secondary school when I was doing gymnastics, I was kind of scared because I had a fear of falling and hurting myself during gymnastics. And yeah, gymnastics in primary school and secondary school was absolutely horrid for me. And yeah, I have always hated gymnastics, and I'm never ever going to be a gymnast. So that's one thing. Spiders is a no-no because they're just like creepy, and they just like hairy, and just thinking about them just makes me like like cringe up, and they just uh, they're just horrible. Uh, I also said losing Rebecca because she is one of the most beautiful and kindest person in the world, and I love her so much, and I would like be lost without her, and I wouldn't know what to do if I ever did lose her, and that's one of my biggest fears. And also another fear I said was not being able to provide, like um, have money, have like all the what she wants, and not like being able to cope properly with like financial stuff, and just general stuff like that. So that's one of my biggest fears, and yeah, obviously I want to do the best I can for Rebecca, but unfortunately I hope that does happen. And I said unfortunately because I kind of want to have the best for her, but I just have one really weird feeling that I won't do that because I don't know. I'm a pessimist, like someone who looks on the negative side of things, and I kind of say that I've got a feeling something will unfortunately go wrong, and I hope it don't, but that's just my personal opinion. Question number 7. What is the most important things for you in your life? Can be friends, family, studies, work, happiness, etc. And I kind of said the most important things in my life are Rebecca, college, so hopefully I can get a decent job from it, and so I can pay for food, food, drink, like fun stuff, like the challenges. I know I haven't done any challenges yet, but hopefully in the future that will happen. So, some challenges. I actually don't know what challenges I'll do, but I would have to kind of think about that. But later in my YouTube career, if I want to continue with YouTube, and I hope I do, and I would love to continue with YouTube because that's what I've always wanted to kind of be, apart from a bus driver. So that's kind of something that's always like wanted to make me happy, and YouTube is like a place where obviously you share how you feel, and it's like way of try and connect with people. I know some of my videos haven't been like that because I don't know, I've been kind of too shy to like promote myself, or not promote myself, but say how I feel properly. So that's why I want to do these Q&A videos, so you can kind of see how my life has been and just get some truth from me. Right, question number 8. Films or documentaries? To be honest, I don't really watch films or documentaries because I don't watch documentaries because some of them, or most of them, I find boring, and I'm not really interested in like nature or like wildlife and stuff, or like history. So for me, it'd be pointless watching something I don't really have like a desire for, and yeah. And films I don't really watch because most of them I don't really find interesting. But if I did have to answer that question, I would have to say films because I can watch comedy films or something. So there's always a way around it. So yeah. And this is kind of related to number 8. Question number 9 is books or TV? This is an easy answer for me, and the answer is TV. The reason is that I find reading hard, and when I read, it's hard for me to understand what is written, so I've always kind of had trouble reading and understanding books because, I don't know, I don't think it's like something serious, but I hope not anyway, but yeah, I've never really liked books. I've never really had a interest in reading. I've always preferred to have videos. I've always wanted to like learn stuff from TV and just stuff like that, and I've never really wanted to get into reading because I don't really like interest me. So yeah. Right, question number 10. If you read, who is your favourite author or authors? There's only one author I actually like, and that's Roald Dahl, and he was the person that created Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So of course I'm gonna like Roald Dahl because of the Charlie and the Golden Ticket. Yeah, I've always liked that, and to be honest, I prefer the modern version of it with Johnny Depp because he does a really good job of the tour guide of the factory, and yeah, he's just amazing in general. So, and he did a great job in that film, in my personal opinion. So, yeah. Right, question number 11. Cats or dogs? I'd have to say cats, as I've already said in this video, because they are much more easier for me to look after, and yeah, dogs are a no-no, as I've said in another Q&A. Number 12. Do you believe in unicorns? Not really, but it would be cool to see what they would be like in real, so yeah. Question number 13. Would you define yourself as a funny person or a boring person? Generally, when you get to know me, I am a fairly innuendous person. For example, I wanna pour some custard on your apple pie. And yeah, that's kind of a weird question, or not, no, not weird question, but a kind of a weird answer. I would have to say I'm kind of innuendous. I kind of do like to make some really weird jokes, and I kind of do like to be a bit sarcastic, but sometimes I do find myself a bit boring, but it depends what I'm doing. So, question number 14. Favourite songs to sing? There are quite a few that I'd like to say, but not a few, but I'll say them anyway. Ben E. King, Stand By Me. The Pretenders, I'll Stand By You. Beneath You're Beautiful, Emily Sandé and Labyrinth. And Take That Rule the World. And there were some of the songs I like to sing because they're the songs I kind of find easy for me to sing. Or not easy, but like ones I could think I could do well with. And yeah. Question number 15. What are my best memories? I would have to say me and Rebecca's first Skype call, seeing a Michael Jackson tribute, going to Clacton Air show, leaving primary school and secondary school. Me and my friend Rebecca, at the time me and her were friends, and I was kind of really nervous, and she was nervous of doing the first Skype call because obviously we haven't like met in person or whatever, but it was kind of a bit scary, but I enjoyed it because it was fun, and it was just because I was with her, which made it more sweeter and much more perfect than if it was like just me. Obviously I can't Skype myself, but unless I had a hologram of myself where I was cloned. If I did clone myself, that would kind of be weird, but I have no idea if I would like to get myself cloned, but that's a totally different subject area. I'm not getting into that. So, also I said seeing a Michael Jackson tribute. Yeah, that was a fun night. Going to Clacton Air Show, I've been there quite a few times recently. No, not recently, like in like about 3 in the last 5-6 years or something of what I can remember, and they were fun. And leaving primary school and secondary school was absolutely perfect for me because I actually had the chance to kind of get away from the negativity that the schools that I kind of went to uh, kind of gave me, because during primary school most of the teachers said that I would not do well, and they kind of gave me false hope, and they kind of said, nah, Ben won't do well because he's like a shy kid and he won't, and he don't really have like a social group to kind of be with. And that's kind of true to an extent, but I've kind of done better than I thought I would have in like school and stuff, but primary school weren't really my best moments, let's just say. But yeah, right, the next questions are from my girlfriend Rebecca, and let's just see how these go. What would be harder for you, to tell someone you love them, or that you do not love them back? Great question. For me, I'd have to say not love them back, because it would be heartbreaking if someone loves you and you can't say it back. So I always try and say I love you to Rebecca as much as I can, so she knows I'm always going to try and be there for her. And to try and or to tell someone that you don't love them, why would you want to do that? Obviously, if you want to kind of break up with someone, then obviously that would be a reason for you to do that. But for me, I would never want to say I would want to not love you, because I kind of want to like be there for Rebecca as much as I can, support her, and I will always love her. That will never ever change, and there's no reason for me not to love her. Right, question number 2. What do you think would be the hardest thing for you to give up on? For me, it would be the relationship between me and Rebecca, because Rebecca has had a hard life, and I want to be there for her through the hardest times. And if I left her, I would feel so crap for doing it. And to be honest, I don't know what I would do, but I would never ever leave Rebecca, because I've got no reason to. And I will always want to try and do my best for Rebecca, even no matter how hard things get. Not like that, but no matter how hard things get, I would always want to try and support her in any way I can, like hugs and just like general support. So that's what I would do. Right, question number 3 is an interesting question, and I do have a reason for my answer. What would you give a homeless person CPR if they were dying? This is a really good question, and I will tell you the answer now. If I could, then I would, but to answer this question properly and truthfully, I would have to say no, because I haven't been taught CPR, and that is my only reason why I would say no. I have never been taught CPR or like anything medical, and I have no idea how to do it, and I would have to say that I'd like let someone else do it, because if I do CPR and do it wrong, I could like speed up the person's death, so I don't want to be responsible for that. So I want to like help the person by getting someone like calling for an ambulance, or like do something productive that I can actually do properly. and I don't want to risk doing anything that will harm the person, so I don't want to be the reason for someone's death. Question number 4. What makes me bored? Watching Manchester United Arsenal play, because they're boring and their kind of team performance is absolutely boring and they are just boring to watch. But I'd have to say not having my phone or not having my laptop with me, because my phone has all of my music, apps, games, and they kind of help me pass the time. And also if I don't have my laptop with me, I can't watch YouTube, I can't Skype, I can't really do much without my laptop, and I can't send emails to my teachers, I can't do work, I can't do anything without it. So yeah, so I'd have to say that I would be bored without my laptop and phone. So yeah. What is my favourite four-legged creature and why? And this is question number 5. I'd have to say cats, because they're just so calm and timid, and they are kinda take less effort to pet, and they don't need walks. And yeah, they are let's just say, if I was an animal, I know I kinda answered this early in the video, but if I was an animal and I said I'd want to be a giraffe, but also I'd like to be a cat, because I'm kind of lazy and I kind of don't really do much exercise as much as I should. So I would have to say cats are my favourite four-legged animals, because they're just calm and collected, and they're just amazing. Question number 6. Do you like spicy food and why? I have never tried spicy food because I just don't think for me it would taste nice, but there would be one challenge I would like to try with Rebecca, and that is the cinnamon challenge, because it looks painfully entertaining, and I do want to do some challenges on my channel, or a channel with me and Rebecca in it. So yeah, I would love to try spicy food, but I have no idea how it'd go. I'd have to record it for the reactions, and hopefully it would be funny reactions. And yeah, I would have to say that spicy food don't really appeal to me, because I don't know, the smell kind of puts me off it, and it's just my personal opinion. And yeah. Question number 7. Are you old-fashioned? It depends on the situation. Sometimes I use words or acronyms that were from ages ago, but oh well, YOLO, lol. And I would have to kind of say, in general, I don't think I am old-fashioned, because the style of my clothes I wouldn't really say was old-fashioned. Well, maybe to some people, but I don't actually know how to answer that question, because I kind of do what I personally think is modern for me, so I don't really think I am old-fashioned, but it's just what people think of me, so I don't really care what people think of me when I try to take people's criticisms, but sometimes I take them too personally, and then yeah, that's kind of not a good thing for me to do. Question number 8. Something or someone you miss the most from childhood? To be honest, I don't really miss anything from my childhood, because I didn't really have many friends whilst I was at primary school. I wasn't that popular. I was a really chubby child that was shy and timid, like I am now. I didn't really fit in anywhere, not because of my height or size. It's because I was really anxious and shy, and I didn't really socialise much, so I don't really miss much from my childhood. Not really much TV, because I didn't really have many things I really watched when I was a child to miss it. And yeah. Question number 9. Are you usually late or early or right on time? It depends on the situation. I do try and be early, because I hate being late for anything. This is because I don't like to waste people's time, And being early is a good thing because it gives you a chance to calm yourself down and get prepared for what needs to be done. And I would have to say that is kind of true because I always like to try and give myself the best chance of doing what I can, and getting there early gives me like a kind of a good mentality to do what I need to do, and it depends on the task and it depends what needs to be done. Question number 10. Are you happy with your life for the most part right now? I think that I am happy with life at the moment. Distance is the only thing that is getting me upset, but me and Rebecca will be meeting up at the end of this month or at the start of the next month, so that will be awesome to actually meet her in person. And I have always wanted to meet up with Rebecca because she's just absolutely amazing, and we could have so much fun together, like making vlogs, just spending time together and just doing like what couples do. And yeah, so that's just my opinion on that. And I think most of it I am kind of happy, but sometimes I do get a bit, like, let's just say, depressed and a bit upset because that's just how I am. I don't really know how to change it, but oh well. I'm actually okay now, but yeah, I don't want to make this a negative video, so I'm going to end that question now. And right, the final person that I've got questions from is my friend Kelton. And yeah, these are good questions, I would say, not like saying the other questions in this video are bad, but these are kind of questions that I've had to kind of think about. And yeah, right, question number 1 from Kelton. Other than your parents, who has been the most influential person in my life? I would have to say either some of my teachers from my secondary school and the YouTubers I watch. Some of the teachers from my school gave me praise and gave me the encouragement that I'd do well, and the YouTubers I watch like Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, and Matthias are all people I feel like they have really helped me to be better, and they are amazing people. Also, Kelton and Rebecca have been influential as they have been there for me when I need them, so thank you guys for being there for me. And thank you for everyone that's helped me in the past. So all of you guys that have helped me through different situations in my life, I do appreciate every single one of them moments. So yeah, thank you guys for that. Question number 2. If you could be a Teletubby, which one would you be and why? I would have to say either Lala or Poe, but either any of them would be cool to me because it's like a kids show, and yeah, being part of a TV show like that would actually be fairly fun, I would say, so that's why I would do it. Right, question number 3. Have you ever fantasized over a cartoon character, and if so, who? Easy answer, and that answer is no. This is because I didn't really watch many cartoons when I was a kid, and there's no one for me to fantasize over. So that's the question and answer that was actually easy for me to come up with. Right. What do you think of PSG? Is question number 4. And if you don't know who they are, they are Paris Saint-Germain. They are a football club. And let's just say they are Chelsea's nemesis, and they are a club to be feared. They have quality, and they are unfortunately better than Chelsea. Chelsea keep getting PSG in the Champions League, and the last few seasons Chelsea have most of the time got knocked out from PSG. So let's hope the next time Chelsea are in the Champions League, which is I think going to hopefully be the 17 and 18 season, because they have been obviously knocked out of the Champions League this year, and I honestly don't think that they'll be in the Champions League next season because I think Chelsea are 10th at the moment in the league, so or somewhere like that. So I don't think they'll get in the top 4, which is where you get the chance to qualify for the Champions League. And I think 5th and 6th place and maybe 7th, I'm not too sure, is where you go in the Europa League, which is like the brother or the child of the Champions League, and yeah. So I hope that we get further in the next chance in the Champions League than we have been in the last few seasons, and yeah. Right, question number 5. What animal would represent you if you could have one? Oh, what would I say? This is a great question. I would have to say a mixture of a giraffe and an elephant. I say this because of the height of the giraffe and the strength and power of an elephant. And yeah, I know I'm not really that strong, but I would have to kind of say that I was a little bit. I'd kind of say like a baby elephant because they're kind of cute. I know I'm not cute, but that's just what my personal opinion of myself is. So yeah, I would have to say giraffe because of the height, and I keep mentioning my height, but oh well. I'm so tall, I'm so tall. You can raise me when I fall. I'm so tall, I'm so tall. You know what I mean, don't you now? I don't even know what that was. That wasn't even meant to be planned, but oh well. YOLO, yo, yo. But I don't know anymore. Question 6. If the Tweenies had a spare slot in their cast, would you join them and why? I would like to be a Teletubby or the Tweenies. Oh god, I kind of messed that up in my answer, but oh well. I would like to be a Teletubby because it seems like a cool idea, and my name would be Benji or something funny like that. And the Tweenies, I would kind of like to be part of the Tweenies because they kind of seem cool, and I can't really remember much about them because I'm not really, I'm not a child anymore, and I'll be nearly an adult, and I'll be 18 in July, so I'm not really interested in the children's programs anymore, but if there was a spare slot for me and I was a child, I would certainly take it, but as I am now, I don't think I would because of my age. I have no idea about the answer to this question, so I just kind of made it up a bit. Who is your celebrity crush and why? To be honest, I don't really have a celebrity crush, but if I had to choose, I would have to say either Ellie Goulding or Adele, because they are just amazing singers and they are amazing, and I kind of relate to their music, and they are just kind of fun, and they are just kind of cool, I guess. Right. Question number 8. Name 5 things that you like the smell of. Chocolate when it's cooking, or chocolate in general. Orange juice, not squash. Strawberries, apple pie, and apple pie and custard or whatever. And I can't really think of a 5th one because I don't know. I don't really kind of make a list of my favourite smells on day-to-day life, so I would have to say the ones I've said are my favourite things or my favourite smells. So yeah. Question number 9. If you could kill one of these, who would it be and why? The options are either David Cameron or Wasp or Yoshi. Right, I have reasons for each of them, so I'm going to explain them now. For the David Cameron, I would kill David Cameron due to the fact he can't lead a country properly. He takes after Louis van Gaal, he can't do anything right, and he keeps getting bombarded with issues like Manchester United with injuries, and Manu can't really deal with the injuries, and it's like David Cameron can't sort out the issues properly without having I don't know, something really weird happening. So yeah. For a wasp, I would kill a wasp because they are annoying as hell, and I don't want to get stung, and yeah, I've never actually been stung by a wasp or bee before because bzz. Okay, that's kind of random, but oh well. They're kind of annoying, but yeah. And Yoshi, I would not kill Yoshi because he's a cool character in the Mario series and he's too adorable to kill, and yeah. So, question number 10 is, what is your most embarrassing moment? And to be honest, I would have to say either in year 1 of primary school or year 7 or 8 in secondary school. This is because in year 1 I pooped myself and I didn't realise until there was a really bad smell in the classroom, and that was a really embarrassing moment because I was kind of really young and I didn't really know where the toilet was in that classroom, and I really needed the toilet then, but that was kind of really weird moment for me. So yeah, I didn't really think that I didn't really know what I was doing, and I didn't really know what that smell was until one of the teacher assistants that worked there kind of took me to the toilet, and yeah, that was kind of really embarrassing, so I'm going to stop that there. And in year 7 or 8 in secondary school, I was standing in waiting to do something, and there was one person, I can actually remember his name, but I'm not going to say his name, and he kind of pulled my trousers down in the classroom, and I've no idea why he did that. I think he was just trying to be funny or whatever, but it didn't really work, and that was really embarrassing. So yeah, I have no idea what his reasoning was, and I think there's quite a few people in the class actually saw, but luckily they didn't really laugh at me, and yeah, if they did laugh at me I would have kind of gone nuts, and I have no idea what I would have done, but I'd have probably gone to trouble for doing something bad. So yeah, they were kind of my most embarrassing moments. So I hope that everyone that asked me a question enjoyed the answers that I gave to the questions, and I hope that all of you have enjoyed this video, and if you want me to make another one, please leave some comments in the description to this video, or Facebook me, or just leave them in the comments of this video. Yeah, down below. So guys, I hope that you did enjoy this video. If you did, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And yes, so guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys, and I'm sorry if this is really weird, but I am a weird person, so I want to make this video a little bit funny, and yeah, I hope that it is a bit funny anyway. Bye guys. Yeah.